What's up, guys? Welcome back to Higurashi, Chapter 2, Watanagashi. I saw a ceiling I was familiar with. Though I was groggy from sleep, I didn't notice that I was in my futon like I was every morning. I looked at my clock, and despite having turned so late last night, I awoke at precisely this moment I always did. I'm so low on sleep, but I guess you can really get up at the same time every day. The secrets of the human body never cease to amaze me. If I went back to sleep like this, I would definitely not be waking up again. I spurred myself on and slipped out of my futon. Mom asked me about last night at breakfast. Apparently, we too had gotten a call asking if we knew where Rika-chan took over, and Mom vaguely understood something serious was happening. So then you were out late last night with all your friends looking for them? Until about 3, I think. Yeah. Did you find them? Rika-chan, Suko-chan, I mean. Crunch. I really bit into my toast. It really didn't have any taste. Just then we heard the chime go ding dong. I looked up at the clock, and that was about 5 minutes past my regular meeting time with Rena. I was at her door. What was at her door? What? Good morning. Did you get any sleep, did you? I think I slept for a few hours. You could probably count on them on a chicken's toe, though. Rena seemed pretty sleep deprived as well. There was something missing from her usual spirit. Are you going to school? Yeah, I think it'll be better that way, she said, smiling albeit stiffly. Rena was probably worrying her heart out about those two as well. Even so, she wanted to go to school. If you stay home today, I think you'd just be worrying nonstop and sleeping. I don't want that, so let's go to school together. Alright, wait just a moment. I'll get ready. I was just a little bit happy about Rena mustering that much consideration for me. We went to the place where we usually meet up with Mion, but she was nowhere to be found. We were there a little bit late today, so she thought she'd be waiting for us. I guess Michan couldn't wake up today, huh? Ah, that's right. For her, it wasn't just yesterday. She was up all night looking for the mayor the night before last, too. We waited for it. Time passed until it got to the point where it was okay for us to go alone. We exchanged glances. What do we do? Wait a little longer? At that point, my brain, which had finally been woken up by the morning air, recalled the ominous words Oishi-san had left me with last night. Leader of the families were disappearing one after the other, and next this might be the Sonosaki's leader. Could it be Mion have? No, that couldn't be. Let's go. Let's let her sleep for today. Rena gave me a pat on the back. Mion. She's still here, right? Did you say something? Oh, nothing, just talking to myself. Let's get moving. The two of us headed to the school by ourselves. On the way, we saw a bunch of our classmates accompanied by their parents. It even looked like some of them were taken to the school by car. Surprisingly, the principal was also standing watching the school gate. I'd never seen that before. Good morning, good morning. The principal was bowing to her classmates' guardians. The wooden sword leaning next to him was a little ominous. American, good morning. Rikugan, good morning. Good morning. Your teacher has something important to say, so go head straight to the classroom. Alright, and I said nothing. The man suddenly exited at night had finally crawled into sunlight. That's what it felt like. Good morning, everyone. The hushed conversation that had been spreading for a while now all disappeared like an illusion. That moment, our teacher walked in the door. Silence dominated the classroom. The principal came in with our teacher as well. That was clearly not a normal morning. First, the principal has something important to tell us. Go ahead, Mr. Principal. The principal cleared his throat and approached the dates. I'm sure you already know this, because he was dead silent. Everyone was staring at Rika-chan's Tuko-chan's empty seats. Mental briefly and simply declared that Rika-chan's Tuko had gone missing. There wasn't a single person in the classroom who didn't already know. There seemed to be many, however, who wouldn't accept it as the truth. It had been confirmed to them by now the principal's words. There were sobs throughout the classroom, and I heard a kid crying. They steadily spread throughout the whole room. The big-hearted principal wasn't able to keep his cool either. Okay, everyone, pay attention. From today on, your parents or guardians will be taking you to school. For those of you whose parents can do so, you'll be coming here in groups. I made a handout, so read it carefully and be sure to show it to your parents. Understand? The teacher's voice was a little abrasive. Not even she could conceal the strain she felt from this unprecedented abnormal situation. They should have just canceled school today. However, Rena told me that the school is also like a nursery for students whose parents both work, so some of them wouldn't want the school to be canceled. While the must begin the lesson. Class president, she's absent, I see. Then whoever is on day duty, let me hear it. Alright, so I feel important or maintaining everyday's atmosphere, even if only in school, precisely because our lives have been messed up, we simply not agree with at this point. I don't know what's going on. Are we skipping school scenes today? Nothing else at school. We're back at school. Okay. As the teacher had always had her lunch in the staff lounge, she ate in the classroom today. I had to laugh at her curry bento, which was just a rumor until now, but there was nobody to laugh with me. We never brought her chair and lunch over to my seat. Today it was only two of us. The fact that we didn't need to drag any other desk over was sad. I'm sleepy. Yeah, I don't feel like sleeping anymore, though. In fact, I'm jealous of people that could sleep at a time like this. Oh, they got nerves of steel. You're right. I was sleepy this morning, but my drowsiness had dissipated after coming to school and constantly feeling an incredible tension. Rena's bento box didn't have its usual luster. That was to be expected. Rena was up for a long time last night, too. She wouldn't have time to make her lunch beforehand, since it's not like she would have gotten up early this morning. Grab anything you want. Go ahead, you can make that my bento is better today. Okay, I'll have some, Ch.2 roll with perilla and cheese. That's interesting. She might have might have ready my food in it, but it's pretty good too. I realized the two of us were desperately trying to brighten the afternoon mood to its usual level as much as we could. I looked around the classroom and it seemed like we were the only ones trying to do so, as we were by gloominess. Just two of us sharing our lunches like this is sort of like something. How? We'll have to agree quieter. I was the first one to mess up. Sorry. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. Our chopsticks both stopped moving. We couldn't keep it up anymore. We could chance the Toko. I wonder where they went. Those words might sound too miserable. Everyone was thinking it, using roundabout ways to address the topic, but I came out and said it. Irene, I catch her breath. Yesterday while you were gone, I heard a bunch of things. I'll tell you what I know, okay? Sorry again about last night. Go ahead. At that time, since they had a right for support, Reno was helping the Ladies' Society cook the miso soup we'd had. They reported all the information to the villagers that gathered, and Rena said she overheard it. They said they didn't know anything important, though, did they? They could just the Coco went home after school and then apparently went somewhere on their bikes, but other than that, Neon had told me yesterday we had no clues. Yeah, the police also said they were probably went on their bikes to go play somewhere as soon as they got home. If they were going out to play somewhere on their bikes after getting home, then they might have gone to the town. So I guess they concluded that they disappeared while in Okinomiya. The police were saying how they were going to expend their sister Okinomiya in the morning. In town. It makes sense we couldn't find them even though we searched all on him almost always then. Still something didn't fit. I had no basis for thinking that, just a gut feeling. I revealed to Narika-chan that was likely very important to her that day. Then Mika-chan told me to leave it to her. And then, what did she say? Alright, if she didn't work hard, then something might happen to the dog too, I think. With all that talk of dogs and cats, I still haven't had the faintest idea what she really meant, but it might have been Mika-chan's way of saying this was a race against time. Damn it. I selfishly punished my anxiety on Mika-chan and tried to run away. When I thought about it, I shouldn't have had to run back then. I shouldn't have asked more about the dogs and cats. The more I think about it, I really screwed up. Anyway, I don't think Mika-chan was in a situation where she would just go off to play somewhere. Of course, I didn't have any evidence or conviction to base that on. It was just a hunch. I don't think she'd go into town. You think so too, Kichi-kan? I agree. Mika-chan said the Ko-chan must have disappeared in Nemasawa. I looked back at Rena, startled. I could hear the conviction in those words. Without replying to, oh shit, so I did it again, skipping things. I'm going to rinse this out. She timed that in a way that broke off the conversation. Suddenly I got the feeling the next thing she had to say would be hard to say alone in the classroom. I hurriedly grabbed my bento box and followed her. We didn't go to the kitchenette, but rather to the water fountains out back where students seldom went. The water flowed down into our bento boxes. During that time, we didn't say a word. Then, after making sure there were no other students around, she finally opened her mouth to speak. And the whole thing about Ricochet and Suko-chan is going down to play and then disappearing. That didn't make sense for some reason, so I decided to investigate a little bit myself. Who did you ask? What did you ask them about? I asked the ladies to study all kinds of things. There was a lot of tofu and miso soup, yes I remember. The lady from the tomato tofu shop came too. The tomato tofu shop, oh I remember. That was one of the stores on the road leading to the hospital. Those huge lumps of tofu Jansen and the bathtub like cistern always looked nice and refreshing. The old lady said she must took a chance to buy tofu on our way home from school. Tofu was on our way home, right? How is that a clue? Just listen. Do you remember when we went to Rika Chen's house? Rena stopped away from the sink to spread her arms wide to recreate the space of Rika Chen's room. There was a pot on our gas cooker and there was miso soup in it. I think there was probably about half of it inside. The rest was in the refrigerator. They must have been planning to make chilled tofu. It was on a plate in a plastic wrap. As Rena explained, she walked around as if she were really going to Rika Chen's room. Still, what does this matter? Ichikan, when you make miso soup, you put the tofu in last. That means Rika-chan, Suko-chan, or whoever was cooking was standing there making it up until right before dinner time. Right up until dinner time. Was anyone saying that their bikes weren't around, so they must have gone somewhere to play by themselves? The trash in the counter bin was there really awkwardly, too. Rika-chan makes most of their food and lunches, but occasionally Suko-chan does, too. So Suko-chan was cooking that last night. So that means that Suko at least didn't go somewhere to play. She was preparing dinner. Yeah, then I took a look at the rice cooker and there was rice for two still in there. So she made dinner for both of them, but neither of them made it. Is that it? Rina nodded. So next I looked in the fridge. There was some chilled tofu made from the other half that they bought. That's not all either. There was a whole bunch of plates of side dishes with dinner, and all of them were in a plastic wrap. Usually plastic wrap things so that you can have leftovers the next day. My mom does it all the time too, using them in breakfast or lunch. That's right. We use plastic wraps to save leftovers later. So the fact that they were in the fridge means that they didn't plan on eating them that night, at least. Is that what it means? Kichi-kan, think a little harder. The dinner was totally untouched and wrapped up. What do you think that means? Well, that means they didn't need to eat dinner anymore, so they wouldn't have gone out to eat, so they're going to have to eat or order takeout. Something's really sudden too. If they had decided that beforehand, they wouldn't have made anything. But there was dinner for the two of them. That means that when Suko-chan was making their dinner, they really thought they were going to eat it until before they didn't. So then, the other theory about the two of them were going out to play and then disappearing is wrong. Yep, they disappeared to make a dinner before they ate it, probably around 7 o'clock. Where would they have gone at the time like that without themselves without eating? That's obviously where this is leading. Kichika, do you remember? On their fold-out table there was things like soy sauce and a chopstick holder. There might have been something like that, and I didn't remember. Their container for the soy sauce, it was empty. There wasn't even a drop left. Chilled tofu wouldn't taste good without it. So look at another thing for the larger bottle of soy sauce they have. You should know about where they keep stuff. I have been to Rika-chan's house and cooked it for them before. Rika cleared her throat, her face returned to a serious expression. Then when I opened the cabinet, the big bottle of soy sauce wasn't there at all. It wasn't there, what does that mean? I think I'm going to say from here is I'm just Rina's idea. So please listen until the end without saying anything. Last night, Satoko was making dinner like normal. Rika-chan usually watched TV until the food was ready, so she was probably lying down watching a variety show or something. Satoko put the tofu in the miso soup, and right when the dinner was about to be ready, she noticed that they were out of soy sauce. So Rika-chan went, who had nothing to do, brought the boy bottle of soy sauce to the neighbor's house to borrow theirs. I don't even know my neighbors that well. Who'd be willing to just give her soy sauce? Yeah, it's not all that uncommon in Hinamisawa. So Rika-chan rode her back out to get some soy sauce. No matter how long Satoko-chan waited, though, Rika-chan didn't come back. So then Satoko-chan called up the house where Rika-chan was going. Would Rika happen to be imposing on you? Something like that. Then another person must have replied with something like this. We have plenty of food here, so you should come too, Satoko-chan. because Jen's already eaten. I think that's how they call her out there. Took over for Rika Phoenix in private and wrapped up the dinner so she made for them. She put it in the fridge so she could use it for the breakfast and lunch the next day. Natsuko got on her bike too and headed for the house where Rika Chen was. Okay, but this is already pretty strange. You don't normally make so much food that you give it to the people you suddenly live at your house. A veteran housewife would never normally make so much food that she could feed 2 extra people. Could it just been a coincidence that they made too much? It's still unthinkable. Rina flatly denied me. Sister Kitchen knew that Sister Chen hadn't worked so really hard to make dinner for them, didn't she? No matter what kind of food she was offered, she wouldn't let Sister Chen's dinner go to waste. This was all only circumstantial evidence and Rina's guesswork. Even so, it was all extremely convincing. It was the only area of hope we had to topple the situation bereft of clues. Then Rina. Where did Rika Chen go to get soy sauce? That was the heart of it. It would be somewhere she'd be comfortable with asking for soy sauce, and somewhere Stucco wouldn't think it suspicious that she'd have been invited for dinner. So who was it? Rina slowly shook her head. Mian, maybe? That's all for Rina's guesses. These are all just ideas, okay? Keep them a secret from the police. What's there to hide? Even if only half of you say it's right, should be a good clue for this. Kichi-kan, there's something suspecting someone from Hinamisawa. We can't suspect anyone without a really good reason. I saw a few girls coming from over the rents of their bento boxes. I cut the conversation short, then returned to the classroom. I sat there alone, my body bathed in lively voices of the Kakadas. Let's think about this in my own way. Rina had barely enough information to go on, yet she really is not that much. So there should be splitting that only I who knew so far more than Rina did could deduce. Well, she saw and said this last night too, but the incident was definitely occurring with the name of Sawa. Rina might not have wanted to believe it, but they were basically given that the culprit is someone from the village. The trigger for everyone was so the 4 of us trespassed in the forbidden storehouse. Somebody saw us going in there. For the culprit, breaking the taboo was a crime punishable by death. So that night, Toмотake-san and Takano-san were sacrificed. There was 2 left. Shiana and myself. However, before the culprits bored their fangs on Shiana and me, they went after the mayor to whom Shiana confessed her sin. Next they went for Rika-chan, to whom I confessed my sin. Then what about Satoko? Just a stray bullet? By herself, Rika-chan had been being sacrificed after I told her everything was mortifying. But Satoko, who was sacrificed for no reason, was that all the more regrettable? Everything was my fault. And who would be the next to disappear? Who would it be? Shianami next time? Why wasn't the culprits going for Shianami right away, though? They didn't have power to waste the man as Rika-chan. Why not just get rid of me, Shianami? If they went for us, well, I wouldn't like it, but I could still tolerate it. What I couldn't forgive was them getting rid of those who we confessed to. Now that I think of it, yesterday Shion said something alarming, like she felt like someone's watching her. So then was someone watching me as well. Strangely, though, I hadn't felt anything like that until now. Even though I'm not the cause of everything, I never once had that impression. Maybe that was simply because Shion was more cautious than me and I was just careless. That's another story, though. Let's get back on track. Well, weren't the culprits going up to Shion and me? I felt like that's where the key to this lay. Could it be? That was making a big assumption that it shouldn't have been. Though, I thought and couldn't come up with an answer. The one thing I understood was that I was a concerned party to this case, and I had a duty to watch over it until everything got resolved. I mean, this is a good chapter so far. I don't think about the entire game itself. It's the game's chapter 2, but I mean, like the chapter in this game. Yeah, there we go. The entire game as a chapter is pretty good too, but you know what I mean. I heard the ring of this bell declaring the end of lunch break. Who would someone else disappear tonight? If nobody else did, then I wanted them to get rid of me tonight for sure, and then put an end to it, all of this. Sean's hysterical voice on the phone lest they could make the mind. They planned to murder those close to us as first, make us principal as possible, and only then would they kill us. Maybe college break is over. Go back to the classroom. At the principal urgent, I returned to the classroom, which was quiet as a street night. There was a lot of parents picking up their children after school. It was just like a kindergarten. Students whose parents didn't come went home as a group. We left school with anyone else following the signed her out. Even while leaving, nobody said anything funny. They all looked like exhausted, tears silently marching through the mountains. As we went, one laughed and then another, and in the end, it was just Rena and me. I was supposed to escort Rena all the way to her house, but she declined. Will you be alright? It's not safe to go alone. It will be just as dangerous for you to go home by yourself after bringing me back, Kichi-kun. It's still light out anyway. I'll be fine. I see. Then be careful, okay? Yeah. Huh? Isn't that a policeman? Rena pointed towards my house. There was a car still in front of it. From out of the car came Wishy-san. He must have been waiting for my return to ambush me. Okay, that's funny. Good old Wishy-san. Wishy-san started walking over wearing an annoying grin. Rena, you should go. If you get involved with them, you'll be here for hours. But the police went with you. Rena's a good person. And when I made a fuss over Rika-chan's parents, she never asked me why I did. She could have just been suspecting me ever since then. It could have been okay. That would have been okay. Even so, she still hadn't asked me anything. She didn't try and pressure me into revealing the truth. I'm not the culprit. I know that. That's sad. I can't say that I'm totally uninvolved with this incident. Rena simply listened. Really like she always did. Even though I had insinuated I was related to the incident, she didn't look at me as though she were looking at something dirty. I'll tell you next time. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Get going then. Rena gave me a slight bow and trotted away, leaving me alone with Oichi-san, who walked over. Hello, welcome home, Ibarra-san. Hello, it looks like your parents aren't here. I'm a bit of a spot. He came all the way to my house. I could only thank my good fortune that my parents were absent. Just neither of them was around at this hour. They'd probably be back late. I think my dad got called out on business. I don't think he'll be back until later. I see. Well, that's convenient, I suppose. We can do this without giving your parents any strange ideas. Oichi-san pulled my back, prompting me to walk. It seemed like he wanted me to get in the car. Are you taking me to the police station? I wasn't the culprit, but I was the cause of everything. It wouldn't be weird if you wanted to investigate me. That kind of gave me a resigned feeling. No, I just don't want to stand around talking. We can just talk in a car. That's all. Come now. Don't be shy. He opened the back door and urged me inside. If I got in, I want to have a very easy time getting out. If I said no, however, this man might really handcuff me and take me away. I couldn't refuse. I could only accept in good grace. The inside of the car had been cooled too much by the air conditioner. There was a rusty smell coming from the filter, which has been cleaned only rarely. Oh, is it too cold? I'll turn the car off. We turned off the engine, suddenly became quiet, and the voice of the Higurashi with all their coolness snuck inside. Quack, 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 quack. It sounded too much like a chorus of voices laminating in my exuberant punishment for having harbored such foolish curiosity. For a few moments while listening to those voices, I myself lamented the days that had been twisted and distorted since that night. Oishi-san was waiting for me to voluntarily begin talking, lit a cigarette, and listen to the Higurashi. The silence became deafening, and I was the one who folded first. How's the investigation going? Investigation of what? Many. It's been so many. What do you mean? All of them. Well then, alright then. They're officially secret investigations. We're under immediate blackout, but I'll let you in on them. Then shall we start from the first incident? The freak disc, Watanagashi. On this one, embarrassing enough, we haven't made any progress at all. First of all, Tamatake-san, there are indications on his body that he was assaulted by a group of people, but we have no explanation from him clawing on his own throat and dying. We suspect an overdose by a stimulant or something, but we never detected anything. But the Kano-san, the same were in the dark. Autopsies for those who are burned to death are real tough. We believe she was doused in gasoline after she was strangled. That one falls under the Gifu Prefecture's police department. They haven't been very cooperative, even though it happened in our territory. Oh, that's not relevant, though. So the police didn't know anything other than the fact that the victims died inexplicably. Nothing. Nonetheless, there were times when the incidents occurred at being generally placed out after the festival had ended. It's a bit uncertain into Kono-san's case. The likely prospect is she was murdered about the same time as Tamatake-san and dumped into the mountains in Gifu. Why would they bring a dead body all the way to the mountains? They should have just brought Tamatake-san out there too. Oh, my son, you're quite sharp, you know that. Of course, I do believe that, but we need to be tentative. There are a bunch of other suspicious things, but this is all I can tell you at this point. How about the mayor? Have there been any clues? Having exhausted the topic, I changed the subject, otherwise he might turn the conversation on me. He investigated his movements on David who disappeared. We didn't find anything that could provide any clues, but I'll tell you about it anyway. The mayor Kichiro Kimiyoshi, apparently he was suffering from severe hemorrhoids. People who lived a long time have an unusual amount of pride. So the mayor hadn't been telling anyone that he was going to a proctologist at certain university hospital in Shishibao. On the day he disappeared, he had an appointment for a checkup, so he went out the first thing in the morning. I knew that big hospitals like the university hospitals had a really long waiting time. Apparently people would get in line hours before I knew they had an appointment. His exam ended at 1 p.m. After that, he ate a light meal in the hospital restaurant past the time reading a magazine. We know this because of the receipt we found in his wallet at his house. There was nothing suspicious about that they had planned to go to meet in an assembly hall in the evening. He was supposed to return home with plenty of time to spare, but while he was on the train coming back, there was an accident. It seems it delayed him a bit, and he only got back to his house right before the meeting scheduled to start. They suddenly witnessed a very hectic mayor leaving to go to the assembly hall at the shrine. What was the meeting about? He disappeared on his way home back, right? The families and essential members of town assembly were at the meeting. We think they're discussing how to deal with the serial freak death incident that happened again this year. So then on his way home, the old man who treated Shion like his own daughter. He was a very dependable person who would only encourage Shion whenever she felt pressure by anxiety in the head. Shion's painful voice struck me right in the heart. Huh? What's the matter? I was taken back by the strange male voice sound. What was it? Just surprised me. I looked at my head, my hand trying to check out back. I only realized the first split second. Remember Kichime Bear? You just realized something important. The night of Watanagashi, when everything started, that night Takano-san Tomoka's son died. The next morning, word of the incident spread through him and saw what they planned to talk about during the evening meeting. Mayor had an appointment to the hospital and was planned. He went there without telling his family. He got to check out the hospital. Ate something. Okay. And then there was an expert delay in the train right back. When he returned, the meeting was already about to start. The mayor changed clothes, got on his bicycle, and hurried to assembly hall to shine as fast as he could. Okay, from what he heard about the incident on the night of Watanagashi until now, he showed up at the assembly hall. The thing was, he doing that they was done in secret. During that time, nobody found out that he went to the hospital alone. He ate alone. He got in the train alone. All that meant he had absolutely no contact with anyone else. You couldn't even call him on the phone. Okay, but what does that mean, Kichime Bear? What does that matter, Kichime Bear? Kichi, what should I do? What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? I told him everything. I told old man Kimiyoshi everything. That night I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse as someone saw us and was out to get us. Right. But then, old man Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled then and told me that if I was properly sorry about it, then there was no way I'd be demoned away. He was really smiling, told me to leave it to him. So I burst out my body like bullets. Then it became strong. One long strand slipped down my head, down from my forehead to my nose and fell. So then, what does it mean? Kichime Bear, no more playing dumb. When did she tell him? Shannon says she learned the incident from a phone call from her father made that morning. The mayor had left the first thing in the morning for this appointment at the hospital. He didn't tell anybody where he was going. Nobody knew about him going to the university hospital. Furthermore, his train ride back to his house was delayed by an accident. As soon as he got home, he rushed to the assembly hall. The minute the assembly hall began, and until it was dark out, and everyone left. Nobody saw him after the meeting was over. He just disappeared. What you meant? Embarrassing? Are you alright? If you're too hot, I can't turn on the air conditioner. The apartment was associated with my thoughts to me that I don't think any further than that. My head was pounding violently and the fluid was packed inside it, all pinning together until nothing made sense. I was about to settle again, but smashing melted in liquid nine long, grabbing 3 times shape. Embarrassing? Are you in there? Yeah. I wish you signed yet. Lit yet another cigarette. There was another cigarette butt placed in the ashtray. It was explaining the passage of time. Had my been frozen over for that long? I will tell you everything I know. In return, feel free to tell me anything you want, my fair son. My mind became a gigantic goozy mess. My brain felt like giving until the mind sped a blaze over blender and I couldn't think. No, don't clam me up again. If there were any misunderstandings, I'd like to clear them up first. I don't think you're the culprit here or anything. It was just not giving his business timid an adult smile. Another 4B snuck into the ritual storehouse that night. Everyone in the village heard rumors about it by the next day. That in itself means we should take you in for trespassing, but that's the problem. It was inside. Well, it was inside. That means people snuck in there and put sacrifices. There wasn't anything. As soon as I said it, I agreed confirming my presence there, but I didn't know it didn't matter anymore. Was there really nothing in there? I mean, everything who went and was being sacrificed one by one, you know. Even the man we could send switched the lock on the door was sacrificed. What was inside that could have caused the terrible things to happen? I was far too tired of keeping quiet about this. Perhaps that was what she said go all along, but again, that didn't matter anymore. That was just a lot of torture devices that were used a long time ago. I looked around and with everyone. Was that really all? That was really all. There was no tip to hear well now that we can keep silent. Like a pile of psychoactive drugs. In a secret probably workshop, perhaps there were mountains of Soviet or Chinese guns. There were these special wooden boxes of containers packed in there. There was something as excited as what she was hoping for, but I felt like there was plenty of terrible things hidden in there. In the perspective of someone who viewed the storehouse as sacred, whether or not I thought I had seen some greater things inside, greater things that didn't matter in the slightest. The four of us broke into taboo, punished us. This should have been what happened. We put in a request for a search warrant, thinking there might be some secret in that storehouse. I'll explain the sabotage of the century. They say it would be an insult to religious figures since it was not about the right to free religion, the Constitution. Ah, jeez. That's why I really didn't have any recourse but to ask you since you weren't in there. Really, that was just old, rusty, dusty torture equipment. Nothing else stood out. At the time of the Christian Takona sound were only ghosts, but if I'm breaking the taboo, I didn't have an answer for the last part. I suppose I wouldn't bother hiding anymore. Whoa, he got his mouth open. He looks pissed off. Looks more pissed off in this one than he does in here. He's just like he's surprised in this one. You're the only one to escape harm so far. Everyone but you has disappeared and you're alone and are safe. What's the difference between you and them that will protect you but bring harm to others? That's what I want to know. There's nothing wrong with Oishi-san was saying. You alone, you alone. What? Wait a second. What do you mean by you alone? Nah, I'm saying that you alone have been left alive, right? Out of the four who tiptoed into the storehouse of ritual implements, I mean. The only one left alive? Hold on. Shion was still. Chiro Tomodachi-san, Miyotaka-san died that night, and Shion Sasaki disappeared the next day. Only you are still safe and sound at this point. Why only you? I'm saying that's what I want to know. Shion disappeared? That's impossible. I intentionally raised my voice, but I didn't care about that. Tamako-san died, Takano-san died, and Shion disappeared? When did she disappear? What is this guy talking about? Oh, no, I thought you were long since aware of this. This is the first time I've heard of it. Shion disappeared when? Well, going back a bit, she disappeared the day after Watanagashi. Going back a bit? Stop saying stuff I don't understand. Shion Sasaki spent the nights at relatives' house to be on her mood on any given day, so no one thought much of not knowing what she was. She frequently takes days off from school, too. Her teacher has been pretty troubled by it. I didn't ask about any of that. I'm asking you when Shion disappeared. I told you it was the day after Watanagashi. The fluids in my body all reversed direction. I lost my sense of balance, and everything I could see started to wrap and twist out of shape. I simply couldn't endure it. Hang on. Shion had already disappeared? Then, that night on the phone call, who was that? She called me every night. She encouraged me. We vowed that we'd do our best to live on, not be erased. Yes, that should have been the phone call. Shion should have been called Shion. She took breaks from class like it was nothing, and her family wouldn't listen when I told them, so I didn't bother calling the school in the end. So it ended up taking quite a while before I realized she disappeared. I felt a stabbing pain like needles were being pushed into every pore of my body. I started on my back and began spreading through the rest of me. When it completely covered the surface of my skin, it began to warm and sway into my stomach as well. Don't you remember? We talked at the library the day after Watanagashi. Shion was there then. That was the last we saw of her. No one knows where she has been since. That can't be. The day Oshi-san only caught me and Shion bound line that she needed to go to work. Then she called me that night. Her job was at the restaurant called Ancient Warmth, right? She hasn't been there since that day. She's been completely absent ever since. The person at the restaurant couldn't get in touch with her. He was really worried. That can't be. It can't be. It's only circumstantial evidence, but after she left this library, before she made it to work, I think it was appropriate to consider her having disappeared during that time. Right after Shion ran away without me. It seems that you didn't know. Maybe if you existed earlier, this would have gone more quickly. Now you understand, right? You're the only one left. You're the only survivor of the four who slept in the ritual storehouse. It couldn't be. I just couldn't be. If something else happens, it would happen to you. I need you to understand that, my better son. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. She already disappeared. That can't be. It couldn't be. I talked to her the day before yesterday. I talked to her last night. She was going to give me a call again today. It was she on the phone. Shion on the phone. It was from Shion. From Shion. Shion long since disappeared. Next will be you. Then who's on the phone those past nights? Who's on the phone the past nights? Who's on the phone those past nights? That it can't be. Damn, man. This is. Whoa. Whoa. Holy shit. Ah, man. Oh, shit, man. This is getting tense. I lay on the couch and stayed there dazed for a while. My mind was completely blank. I couldn't think about anything for more than a few seconds. There was a note in my house saying that mom and dad would be home late and that I should have some ramen for dinner. I could make it whenever I got hungry, but I had no appetite, so I just started blankly at the ceiling without eating anything. Then as the clock was already pointing at 10, would I get another phone call like that today? Even though she and I disappeared, would she still call me? Where are they calling from, and who were they? The more I thought about it, the more I started to tremble. I even thought about just disconnecting the phone line. If I would have been thinking a little less logically, I really would have done it too. Hold on, Mikishi, my bear. Oishi-san made himself, didn't he? That she went missing a lot. Couldn't she just gone through relatives that Oishi-san didn't know about and have been there ever since? She and I were both being targeted by somebody, so it wouldn't be strange to think she went somewhere she usually didn't in order to hide. That must have been why Oishi-san couldn't locate her and why he labeled it as a disappearance. That had to be it. Shion hadn't disappeared at all. Then my right hand cheek of my violation slapped me in the cheek. It was cold still, let me calm down a little. Then just convince yourself with the most conveniently possibility, Mikishi Mibera. I know I didn't want to admit she had disappeared. I mean, it would mean that something terrifying was definitely happening. I just need to figure out whether Shion was the one on the phone or not. But I asked if she was actually Shion. It seemed like an incredibly absurd thing to do. Still don't run from this Kichi. If the person on the other still believed that it was Shion, that she can get a tiny advantage. Casually, completely casually, I would listen to what she had to say and fend her off. I would tear the skin off that monster. It would definitely be really scary for me. However, the last survivor, the people who went to the storehouse that night, that was my duty to perform. Still, then who? Who would call me and pretend to be Shion? I may have only heard her over the phone, but her voice shouldn't be that easy to replicate. That was definitely Shion's voice. It sounded just like her. It could have only been Shion. It was someone that wasn't there. Someone who sounded just like Shion. Mion. Who else could have done this? At this point, seriously, after all this time, all those little things that didn't quite make sense about Mion until now overwhelmed my mind. Like being questioned about sneaking into the original storehouse and how she shook the ladder while spouting curses. Who else could have? Why would Mion? I thought about things. Oh, it sounds like he had heard from she son and Shion. Mion always would take on the incidents in a position where she was unprone. Some sure that I must include the things that Shion had told me until she disappeared. Melanie scratched my head. Courage, give me courage. Just a little bit of encouragement to pick up the phone. I know it will be ringing tonight. It would be so easy to run away. That, though, would be the same as making it easy for them to erase me. I cannot run. I stand up and face it, and after all, the next sacrifice would definitely be me. I was sure Shion would just use tricky words to try and trap me. Be careful, I'm scared. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to do this. I wonder if we're gonna leave like a note like in the first game, like saying if I die, check behind the clock and all that stuff. At this point, the phone rang. I didn't know where the call was coming from. Shion had disappeared a long time ago. Disappeared into the night of Watanagashi yet. But the phone call is gonna be like Shion's voice, but knowing that we talked to Uchi-san and found out. Crazy something. It's a crazy person, I don't know. And until today, she's been calling me like nothing happened. Again tonight, the people that disappeared, the corpses simply haven't been found. I really don't think they were alive. So if it really was Shion, that means she was coming from another world. Of course, that couldn't be. A living being was calling me, pretending to be Shion. Shion was long gone, yet as though she were alive and well. The phone continued instant ringing. I didn't want to pick it up if I didn't have to. I just concluded, though, that not doing so would solve anything. What would I do if I answered it? Would I immediately declare she was a Shion and ask who she was? Alternatively, I'd pretend I was still fooled and try to grab her by the tail. That would probably be the safest thing to do. What I was most afraid of was that the person on the phone would do when I realized I knew she was Shion. However, as long as I continued to let her think I was fooled, she wouldn't do anything extreme, right? I just make sure to be careful, and that she would be the safest option. I made up my mind. I'll answer the phone. Once I do that, I'll talk to her as if nothing happened. That was all I could do, so I scope her out. Who was she? What was she thinking? And what was she after? What was she doing this? Was she really the one who killed Tomateka-san and Takano-san? What happened to the mayor? What happened to the Rika-chan Satoko? Except for the receiver of my own shambling. There were too many things I wanted to know, too many things I wanted to ask. I was scared. I just started picking up the phone. Pick it up, Kichi. Pick it up, Kichi. Hello? Oh, I believe I would have been if it hadn't been called from Shion. Aki-chan, it was me, Shion. I'm very convenient, and above all, my fleeing prediction was into 1,000 pieces. I can't help shaking at this point. Get ready for this. You took a long time to pick up. I thought you weren't home, and I was supposed to hang up. Sorry, I was just in the bath. Did you let me not pick up for you? Could your parents be out right now, Ki-chan? I failed. Oh, they're in a fatal play of information. That was kind of the only one at my house. Oh, no, they're not really. Anyway, have you heard about Rika-chan and Satoko? No. What happened after that? Were they found? Nah, they weren't found. Ki-chan, please don't lose hope. If we should let me know, then I might allow myself to shed a tear or two as Shion's considerate words. And say now that like just I couldn't take her words at face value. It was something other than a receiver. They were most perfect as Shion there were. They warm my blood curled in fear. Rika-chan and Satoko, they were kidnapped, weren't they? Yes, I don't think there's much doubt. Just how cruel or grave and mean did those words hold. Their weight astonished me, and the moment later I was overcome with the memories. It felt like I would pass out. I'd asked if Rika-chan and Satoko had been kidnapped. Shion in turn had answered there wasn't much doubt. That crueled me behind her words. Rika-chan and Satoko were, I don't know, I'm sorry. I don't know about the mayor. What do you think happened after he was kidnapped? Do you think he's still alive? I mean, they would get a chance to go after they were kidnapped. That's what myself wanted to ask, but I frantically caught myself. What if she would give me that question a terrifying response in such a way to sound like it had nothing to do with her? I was scared of that, so I immediately brought up the mayor. That said, however much I talked about the mayor, I think he was killed. Hey, wait. That was quick. I think it must be really hard to kidnap someone and keep them alive like they are. As long as they're not hostages, it would practically kill them once you were done with them. They started to bend so much I almost lost my balance. The scenery and my eyes would whirl around and around like the hands of a clock and try to swallow me whole from below. I frantically put a hand on the wall to support myself. A moment later, a severe nausea welled up within me. How was she saying such things so lightly? Kill them so readily. I mean, what's a human life for two anyway? That's a horrible thing, but I think that's probably what happened. The mayor was killed Enrico. That means the same thing happened to Rika-chan Satoko? No, that couldn't. There's some random old man. It was Rika-chan. It was Satoko. They couldn't kill him so readily. It's probably better to think that Rika-chan and Satoko-chan end up the same way. Wow, those were the words I wanted to hear at the least, and I fought them back with a skill of my own. Even though it wasn't changing anything still, I still couldn't help but scream. This time the tears flowed. I've been confronted with the most horrific outcome that I've been trying to avoid considering ever since last night, and I cried. There was no longer any doubt that it was my fault. I killed them. I killed Rika-chan and Satoko. I succumbed to the weakness of my own heart. I confessed to Rika-chan. That's why they were killed. They meant I killed them. Rika-chan looked at me with those innocent eyes, if only I didn't give in, and even my voice giving, I still cried and cried. Ki-chan, please just try to calm down. We're getting a chance to go. They've been killed. We couldn't even find their remains. I would never be allowed to even apologize to their faces. If that would be by punishment, then how brutal punishment it was. I think Shion tried to confront me, but I didn't hear any of it. What are you going to do by going by the end of that? They're definitely going to be targeting you and me next. Please, I'm asking you to get a hold of yourself. Please. Shion was shouting and imploring me with a voice that sounded like tears were in her eyes. However, I was going to hate the sound of that voice more and more. This Shion killed them. You know, that's the person killed them. Why is someone cannot kill them? Scrupulous just people's lives really that cheap? Listen to them and killing them without saying I felt like this. You're right. You're absolutely right. It would take a demon. I felt like crushing the receiver in my hand. How long did this person plan on acting like it was someone else's problems? There were magma in the pit of stomach and I felt like it was going to erupt at any moment. Hey Shion, please tell me, why did him was always threatening someone down and out of Watanagashi? That's what I'd like to know. The fighting with the damn proctor is already over and done with. Haven't enough people been cursed already? Why is it? Why? There's some reason to say it now. I was couldn't help at this point. My emotions had broken into the damn inside of me, rushing forth, and I couldn't stop them. These were not simple questions. This was an interrogation. She on herself, I didn't realize that. Yeah, it was just too funny. It was too funny that I couldn't stop crying. I understand how you feel, Keisha. I really do. The damn war scene a long time ago. Yet murders and disappearances keep happening every year on the guides to show someone's curse. Why is it happening? Some of them they had nothing to do with this. Some of them had deserved to be cursed. So why? That's why I'm asking you. I don't know to know this as much as anyone. Both of our ragged breaths could be heard over the phone. Listen, Oisha someone's curse never existed. It's too unrealistic. Just like you said, some of the villagers using the Grand Warriors show someone's curse as a justification for continuing these murders and disappearances every Watanagashi. They were cunning. They've been using the curse as a convenient tool in main system where they could get rid of 2 enemies in the village every year. In this year, they killed Tamagano's son and Tamateka's son. Then why isn't that enough? Why did they kill? Why did the mayor Rika Chan Tsuko have to get killed too? I don't give a shit about the past. The only thing I care about is why Rika Chan Tsuko needed to be killed. Why is that? I didn't say a word to Tsuko, you know. Why even her? Why? The silence fell between us. Shion didn't answer for a while. Ki-chan, please, stop being mean. Hick, a sob. Was Shion crying? I don't have any idea what's going on either. Everything changed when we went to the ritual storehouse that night. It was the same for me. As I listened to Shion's bitter weeping, I could feel my agitation subsiding. When I heard that Takano-san and Tamataka-san had been killed that night, I thought in my ears. Then I realized instantly. I realized that sort of position I was in now. The 4 of us snuck in there. Ki-chan, you and I won't be so conveniently forgiven. When I thought about that, I made my chest so tight, it was so terrifying. You know that feeling, Ki-chan, don't you? There was something fake about her words. She'd even understood how I felt. That's why I investigated an old man Kimiyoshi. Lois entered the forbidden storehouse. It was just a little bit of fun. We knew we shouldn't have done it, but really it had just been for fun. It was only a bit of exploration, that was all. Takano-san Tamataka-san when was killed shortly afterward. The message miserable ends. Since that day, I've been in fear, living in fear of when I would be attacked. There was nobody except old man Kimoshi who could help me. So I asked him to save me. Old man Kimoshi, he wasn't mad. He smiled and said, "You're really sorry, Shion-chan, then you won't be demoned away." He really did smile at me and told me to leave it to him. Sob. Shion cried bitterly, recalling the beloved mare's death. It was such a sad voice that none who heard it could prevent it from twisting their hearts. Again, I did let my emotions take go and go off at her. Shion was in the same situation as me. She should have been my one and only comrade. Dump. My heart pounded. My other self, deep within my mind, whispered to me, "Don't forget Kichime Bera. Don't forget about the mayor in the morning at the Watanagashi." He was told Takano Tamaka's death over the phone, committed to a meeting that evening. He went to the hospital appointment. He didn't tell his family till he made it back in time for the meeting. He went straight to the assembly hall. That's what Oishi-san said. Bro, just come out with it and say, who is she? When did you let the mayor know? Hick. Huh? I'm sorry, Shion. It must seem like I'm kicking you while you're down, but Shion, you told him, right? You told him you must see the mayor. Yes. Hick. When did you let him know? Eh? He had begun to get scared. I began to get scared saying that loud after hearing her sad voice. I wasn't saying it was contradictory, though. Besides, there was a contradiction, and I wanted Shion to explain it to me. Did you know that mayor had a severe case of hemorrhoids and got to the hospital for treatment? Yi-chan, what does that have to do? Please answer me. If you didn't know, then just say so. There was a moment of silence. Then after summoning a few times, she replied, I knew that. He had hemorrhoids. It looked like now it's really hard for him. He went to the hospital. You know which hospital, right? I'm sorry. I don't know that much, but Ki-chan, what does that have to do with? Sean, didn't you know the hospital the mayor went to? That man was responsible for her to have gone all the way to the hospital to confess everything. Since she didn't know his assassination, then she obviously couldn't have seen him on the train either. If there was another chance for her to contact him, it would be after getting to Misawa. The train, however, had been delayed, and he only had got back right before the music was to start. He didn't have time. There was enough time for him to listen to Shion spill the beans. I want to ask you straight, Shion. When did you tell the mayor everything? And when and where? Your answer doesn't have to be precise. Just give me one. Ki-chan, why are you asking that? Stop piercing me into my ears. I was sickened by the illusion I was bullying her. Even so, I'll say it. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Please prove to me that you're the real Shion. It was impossible. The day the mayor disappeared. From dawn until he vanished, there was no opportunity for you to contact him. That's... The mayor left first thing in the morning for his examination and he went all by himself without telling anyone. Sean, you just said you don't know which hospital he went to, so you couldn't have contacted the mayor until he got back. Is it that right? His train was delayed by an accident and he didn't return to his house until the meeting was about to start. So there's no time for you to have told him before the meeting started either. I heard Sharon repeating her weak sobs. That started a feminine voice automatically ripped into my heart. It was so painful to hear me say it. Sean, did you go to the meeting too? Did you attend and tell him there? If you didn't, then there wouldn't have been any time left. After the meeting was over, the mayor disappeared on his way home. She went to the meeting too, didn't she? Did or didn't she? The question was so simple to answer, but she didn't give me an immediate response. Actually, with the meeting, you didn't even go to the part-time job you went to that day. I'll say more directly. You haven't been seen since we were at the library together. Ki-chan. Well, Shion Sanosaki disappeared the day after Watanagashi. The other end fell silent as the grave. It was so quiet that it was like the phone cord had been cut. I couldn't sense anyone there. Or she says you've been missing. Despite that, you've been calling me every night like this, haven't you? Hick, 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 hick. Sean, something's worth torturing me. Still, I'm sure I haven't said anything wrong. Please, Sean, if something I say was wrong, please say so. Sean, I'm begging you. Hick, hick. Sean, there's no way you could have seen the mayor, but if you did see him, if Sean ever did the chance to meet the mayor on the day that meant, then you saw him after the meeting. In other words, it could have been only right up before he disappeared or else afterward. Hick, hick, hick. Oh, shit, man, what's going on? Okay, I'm not gonna sit there and go hee hee over and over. Oh my god, she's doing hee 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 a lot. Okay, she must be really crazily laughing. I heard. I mean, I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna spoil it now. Shion's a bad villain person in like a future Higurashi game. So, this doesn't surprise me. She's the one who's done bad in this one. Okay, you could at least give us the courtesy to skip this part. Now, I'm pressing enter and it's not even speeding this thing up one bit. Bruh, whoa. Beep, beep, went dial toned. I said their dates for a while until I realized you hung up on me. Oh, shit, man. Oh, man. Looks like this is the end of the chapter. Wow, it ended with that, too. Bro, that is a cliffhanger. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to end the video here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.